everyone, it's Miss Brenner. I just wanted to quick go over to make sure I clarify. As far as for week 9 in our activities, we are reading Graveyard Shift. There is a link to the audiobook. However, if you pause it, it does tend to rewind by a minute. I'm not sure why it does that. However, it's a free audiobook, so just be aware of that when you're using it. There's also the PDF linked along with the reading questions and the discussion post for Graveyard Shift in Activity 1. Along with that, we have choices for this week for different monster stories. That includes Gray Matter, Home Delivery, and Children of the Corn, which are all by Stephen King. Since we are working on a monster unit right now, each of these stories has their own style of monster in it. Now, if you do not like the horror genre, I recommend reading Gray Matter. It's almost on the comical side. It's not going to be overly scary. There's not a whole lot of adult language. There's a couple times that they say not great things. Stephen King has a pretty bad habit of using adult language. So once again, if that frustrates you, upsets you, contact me. We'll find you something else to read. As far as Home Delivery, if you like things like The Walking Dead, this would be a story for you. It's not the scariest story. There is some adult content in it as far as sexuality, because there is a pregnant woman in the story. So if you don't like reading about those things, don't read this one. Stick with Gray Matter once again, because that one is a little bit more on the comical side. If you do really like horror, and you have seen the movie Children of the Corn, I highly recommend reading the short story by Stephen King. It is a very well-written horror story. It is much scarier than the other two. So if you aren't looking for something scary, don't read this one. But if you do like Stephen King and you do like scary stories, it is very well written. We then have our monster and illusion chart for the story and a discussion post. There are audiobook links for Home Delivery and Children of the Corn here. As far as monster research, I don't want to go too far in it because there is a whole direction and example video. Here's the rubric, here's the discussion post, here are the examples, and then our silent reading reflection for this week. Remember, you should be silently reading 30 minutes a day of something of your choice, which is not our class content like these stories. Or class content from another class. Make sure that you're logging that on the silent reading log. You get credit for that. Alrighty, guys. Also, our marking period ends on the 28th of March for marking period 3. So please make sure any missing assignments from weeks 7, 8, and 9 are completed by then. All work that you want credit for must be completed by the 28th at 8 a.m. If you have any questions for me, send me an email. Please check your grades on Schoology. They do load to home access, but sometimes that gets messed up and delayed. The most accurate is Schoology because it is updated on a regular basis. It reloads. So once again, make sure you're checking your grades. Make sure you're contacting me if you have any questions, and I hope you have a wonderful week. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.